¡Atención, pelotón!
Voy a morir por una causa justa.
¡Prepare!
Por la independencia y libertad de México.
¡Apunten!
Que mi sangre selle las desgracias de mi nueva patria.
¡Fuego!
¡Viva México!
The Chapultepec castle has a beautiful story to tell. Everything around it is beautiful. Its vegetation is just cozy. Before going up, there are long corridors that lead to a small lake. Before the entrance of the castle, there is a monument to the heroes who defended the castle in the battle against the United States. The castle is open to the public since the 27th of September 1944.
The story of the Chapultepec castle is interesting. It was built in the 18th century. Construction began in 1775 on the orders of Viceroy Bernardo de Galvez, before being taken over by Manuel Agustín Mascaro following the departure of the original architect. Later became the seat of the military empire Maximiliano. The castle, now known as the Castillo de Miravalle, started to acquire its current look during the Second Mexican Empire, when Emperor Maximiliano I of Mexico and his wife Empress Carlota chose it as their residence.
On January 15, 1866, French entered the wars against Prussia, a factor that combined with U.S. pressure and military defeats against the Juarez. Napoleon III reported that his army would have to leave Mexico, depriving Maximiliano
Napoleon III was the last monarch of France. Napoleon suffered his first military defeat since of May 5. At the Battle of Puebla, the Mexican army, led by the Liberals, defeated the French intervention.
Between different residents of Maximiliano, they were the Imperial Palace, today known as National Palace, the one of Chapultepec, and La Quinta Borda in Cuernavaca. Each was decorated with tapestries, rugs, crockery, and European ornaments whose acquisition meant excessive spending for public areas. When Maximiliano left Mexico City, foreseeing the end of his government at the end of 1866, he ordered the dismantling of his palaces. We can see in this picture a French bed belonging to Carlota. We also see objects that were abandoned in the castle after his death. Intelligent and educated, but also very ambitious, she wore satin slippers, acorn bodies, and lace blues. Thus it gave parties in the castle of Chapultepec, adorned by refined artists to obtain funds for the poor people. It dreamed to be queen, a great empress. One day, his men and experienced pollution collapsed. The empire ended.
This gala carriage that accompanied Maximiliano on his trip to Mexico and that was used widely during his stay in the country.
The Baroque-style carriage is decorated with silver and bronze moldings, sculptures of Shindan and angels, imperial shield, and the inscription Equity in Justice.
After the trials of the Republic against the government of Maximilian, President Benito Juárez entered Mexico City on July 5, 1867 aboard this chase, the carriage which was later for the president's personal use.
The training between Juárez and Maximiliano occurred because Juárez refused to continue paying interest on the external debts of France and the United States, which provoked the fury of both countries. After Juárez fled, Napoleon offered him the crown of the Emperor Mexican to Maximiliano, who later was placed in Querétaro by Juárez, where he was forced to surrender and then was shot.
At the beginning of the 20th century, the monetary system of Mexico was composed of gold, silver, and bronze coins. This situation ended when Victoriano Huerta forced the banks to deliver their metal reserves, so the banking system collapses.
On July 9, 1866, with tears and pain, Carlota said goodbye to Maximiliano and left by boat. The people said goodbye to her with the song Adiós Mama Carlota. Finally, in the hands of the liberals, he was shot along with Miguel Miramón and Tomás Mejía on June 19, 1867 at Cerro de las Campanas, Querétaro, with a Viva México.
He was executed by a firing squad. He spoke only in Spanish and gave each of his executors a gold coin, not to shoot him in the head, so that his mother could see his face. "50 years after his death, Mexico becomes a free and democratic country.